today. Hope you are as well. From today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk about Chinese women brutally attacked. Chinese women brutally attacked in her Philippines. Yeah, what a joy. Such a joy that you come back to again, my friends. And the devil said, those here for the first time, if you would please, click on that subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you can continue receiving fresh, new Philippine videos, motivational videos, and worldwide videos. Now, when you talk about Asian women, and specifically in China, what's up, my bro, monkey, what up, you understand, ladies and gentlemen, whenever you're dealing with a culture such as the Asian culture, you understand there are certain perceptions and certain misconceptions about the female gender. Are you with me so far? So today, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring to you a very, very violent attack. I said violent. Yeah, violent. I didn't say violet like flowers. Violent, man. Brutal. It was attack on the female gender for no doggone reason by Chinese men, okay? And it was wrong, man. They beat up, I mean, it happened a few days ago, and this is a viral video. I'm riding on my hand here, I can't get the video, and it would have been some copyright infractions. So I said, now, I'm gonna let it go. But I'm gonna show you, man, I'm gonna tell you about it. I'm gonna tell you about it because it was wrong, okay? Chinese men, they was in the restaurant. Women were just having a nice outing, eating at the table, okay? And me, I feel like crying, man. It hurt me so bad when I saw that. They were just eating at the table, man, eating their dinner. And a Chinese man came and slapped the lady on the back as he was about to leave the restaurant, okay? And the lady took offense to him. You would too. You don't know somebody and they're just gonna pound you in the back for no reason. You know, it's a problem, man. I was like, so she said, look, please, sir, you know, I don't know her language, but she took offense to it, and she turned around and said, don't hit me, something like that. She tried to avoid him from hitting her. Then the Chinese man, oh man, he went ballistic on the woman to assist her, to help her from being mauled by a Chinese man. All his friends jumped on her friends. So we're talking about 4 Chinese women brutally attacked, and nobody did nothing. They stood around and looked at them being beaten to a pulp. It's a doggone shame, man. That's a shame and an indictment on the Chinese culture and the Chinese society, and more specifically, the Chinese men. They ain't about nothing. How you gonna beat down a defenseless woman? You 150, 200 pounds. She 50 pounds. And they dragged the woman outside the restaurant by her ear. Did you hear what I said, man? They dragged the woman by her ear outside the restaurant, and they continue to beat her down to the ground. Not only her, but the 3 other friends that they tried to assist them. They beat them all down. All the women were taken to the hospital, okay? And so the Chinese men, they say they got arrested, but that's how they do rights in China, okay? They treat it a little bit better than a dog. They treat it a little bit better than a slave, okay? That's how China think about their women, okay? That's the country that y'all do business with, China. That's the country that everybody buys stuff from, China. I will not buy nothing else from China. You know, you don't do women like that. I don't care. That could have been your wife. That could have been your mama. That could have been your sister. You know, if they do that to their own people, what would they do to people with this melanin in their skin? Okay, even worse. China is wrong in the things they doing. I brought you several broadcast documentaries on how China does not like black people, okay? And I'm gonna be plain and simple with it. They don't like us. They don't like our skin tone. They don't like nothing about us. But we all up, and then they got the nerve to go to the African countries and be friends and lend their money. And when they don't pay, the African country don't pay them back, they go and take over the airports and stuff. Several countries right now, they own the airports in Africa because they didn't pay back the loan. China, oh Lord, help me, Lord. I got to calm down. I got to calm down. Excuse me, y'all. Okay, I'm all right now. But China is wrong can be. They have no respect for humanity in that rhyme. No respect for the decency of a woman. No respect for the rights of a woman. Nobody should be accosted. The lady wasn't doing nothing in her business. And the man came on and assaulted her for no doggone reason. She didn't say nothing to him. Lisa D, now, I saw you didn't see the video. You can't talk. Be quiet now. So, but I don't know what she did. I know what she did. She didn't do nothing. Y'all kind of action, you are a part of the problem. You are complicit in those men beating up their women whenever you do business with China. You know, I had a problem with China, but now it's a bigger problem. You know, that's why the women in China are running away from the men in China because they have no respect for them. And guess who the women are running to? Black men. You know why? Because we treat them right. We treat them like queens. They tired of being beaten and slapped on by their own men, their own kind. You can't treat women like that. It's wrong. And the United States needs to make a statement. They need to make a statement about the treatment of women. It's a human rights issue. They even have a problem with the Muslims out there. They got them in concentration camps. Okay? It is wrong. You have to have the utmost respect for a female. Okay? I don't care what race she is. She could be African. She could be American. She could be Filipino. You must respect a woman. Okay? And a woman, treat her like a queen. They beat the woman down to a pulp. And when y'all saw the pictures, she was laying on a stretcher. Her head, her face, blood was everywhere. She was busted up from head to toe. The men beat her. They kicked her. They stomped her over and over and over and over repeatedly. I was shocked that she was still alive. Wait. But if y'all still respect China after all, because you don't like women either, I probably rather talk. That's just common sense. That's just the way I was raised. That's just the right thing to do. She wasn't bothering them, okay? They had no right to do it. And that's a problem. When you're dealing with a country like China, things like that happen. Russia, the same doggone way. They do whatever they want to these women. And the government don't give them no time. They may take them to the station, talk to them, and let them go. And the women suffering down there. That's why these women running to black men. That's why they running away from their men. They not being treated right. That's all I got to say, man. I wanted to bring that to your attention. If you haven't seen the video, it is a viral video that's going on right now. I tried to pull it down. I was going to do a StreamYard, and it wouldn't let me. It said copyright infringement. When I tried to pull it up, I tried to load it up, copyright infringement. So I can't do that video. I'm going to try to find it anyway, a non-copyrighted version if I can. But I'm going to do another show on this. This because I'm riding right now. I'm going to do it right on the StreamYard side. I need to understand, I need y'all to understand how people in China deal with their women. I need y'all to understand how the women in China are running away from their men, the Chinese men, because they don't respect, they have no decency, and they don't respect their own women. And we dealing with a country like that, like they equal? Nah, we shouldn't be buying nothing from China. Every time you turn around and you buy something, you turn it on the backside, what you see? Made in China. Huh? If I, from now on, ladies and gentlemen, if I buy anything, it's product If I turn, I'm gonna look and see what it made. If it got made in China, I'm gonna put it right back on the shelf. And I would suggest you do the same. These people are not right. And I used to think it was just me being hard on those people, but now, when you see stuff like this, you realize that they crazy. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all, but I just gotta call it like I see it. Who does that? Who beats up a 60, 50-pound woman and you 150, 200 pounds? Who does that? For no dog. And then not only one guy, multiple men. And they beat all the friends up too. And so, listen to me. China is on my hit list. That's on my I don't want to do nothing with them list. That's my list for China. Okay. Now, am I against all Chinese? No. No, I'm not against all Chinese. But I understand that the people of Chinese, the culture of Chinese has some very bad things, especially as it pertains to their eating habits. Remember COVID-19, the source of where Wuhan? You remember the market? And all that crazy stuff they was eating? I don't want nothing to do with China. I don't want nothing to do with no Chinese food no more. I don't want to do nothing. I don't want nothing to do with them. Okay? Because I feel they are wrong. And for me to participate in anything that is Chinese related will make me complicit to the wrong actions of that nature, of that nation, and of that country. And if you, ladies and gentlemen, have not seen that video, turn your TV on and go to your latest news station. Okay, you will see it and you will puke up. That's how vile, that's how brutal, that's how nasty that video was. Okay, and right now, I will never do anything with China. I will never do no more. I will never get a dime of my money no more. I'm gonna turn it back. Anything I buy, if I see made in China, nah, I'm gonna put it back. Okay? And I would suggest you do the same doggone thing. It's my personal statement of how I feel about how they treat their women, how they treat the Muslims and the Rohingya Muslims in the China. They put them in concentration camps. It's wrong. Okay? It is wrong. I went to China one time. I went to Hong Kong. I will never step foot in that country again. Never! Playing with this is how I feel. The worst thing they could do is beat a 50-pound woman like a dog. I mean, they drag that woman all over God's green earth in the street. You know? And that show you how they feel about women. And that's how they feel about black people too. Y'all know I've done several shows about how China treat us out there. African people going out there think they're gonna be treated equal. They lie and said better to lie on us that we caused COVID. That's what the lie is. Black people caused COVID in the country. Okay? And then now they're saying America caused COVID, brought it over. They're liars and they're cheaters. And they have no respect for the rights, human rights, and decency and dignity, especially of the female gender. Okay? You know, don't get me started about China, man. I always had an issue with them. Now it's even worse. Okay? I never thought I would see a man beat up a woman like that for no reason. The woman couldn't even defend herself. All she could do was put her hand up. And by the time he got through beating her, her hand was down because she had no more strength to lift her hand. She was in total pain and agony. Who does that to another human being? Who does that? I'm beside myself on this one, y'all. I saw that yesterday, and I wanted to, oh Lord, I wanted to go through the stream and reach out and touch somebody, and not in a good way. One of those guys, if I had been there, man, probably would have did me like that too, but at least I would have stood up for what was right. Saying we got to do what's right in this world, and that was totally wrong. I'm gonna run this train right now. You on this train with me? Come on, y'all. Who we got? Mark Monroe. What's up, man? He said hello.
Professor Monroe.
Good to see you now, Mark. Here, what's up? What's up, man? These are not on our way to our cable company. All right, we're on our way to our internet company. Our internet went down again yesterday, and we had trouble with it. Came on this morning, but I'm going down there and I'm gonna find out what is going on. They messed up our internet. We can't get on, and now we just got on. We were down all night last night, so I'm going up there, and I'm gonna get me some answers, and I'm gonna get me some credit. I say credit on my bill. You know what I mean? I ain't playing with these people. You pay too much money for them to keep going up and down like that. And if they can't get it right, I'm switching. Yeah, I will switch in a minute. Y'all know me. I don't play. You don't give me my money's worth, I'm gonna switch. And you know, I'll pay. And for this people, this company, I will pay the early termination fee. Okay? Because if they keep messing up, I will leave them a heartbeat. Let's go. Who we got? Market, what's up? Lord, what's up, man? He said, North Carolina.
Number 2, just want to.
That's right, man. Number 2, just want to. Markel, number 2, DG. Markel,
Yes.
I forgot to tell you, DG got something to say you, man. What you got to say?
Number 2, just want to.
Markel, DG said, number 2. Yeah, well, good to see you, Markel. You do just fine, but the number 2 spot won't do. So good to see you. Right, who we got? Kakalaki, who said North Carolina. What's up, man? So good. He from the north side, I'm from the south side. What's up, man? He said, thumbs up about it. Everybody hit the like button for one time. 1, 2, 3. Hit your pie out. 1, 2, 3. Hit your pie. Can you hit the like button, man? Please, come on, man. Hit the like button, please. Who we got around train, BobbieD? See, Mark A said, today, BobbieD, I saw some stuff today at my appointment today. I need to bring on the show. Okay, all right, man, let's go. Let's roll with it, man. Let's roll with it. Let's go with it, and let's bring it out. We need to know what's going down on the Columbia side, and they doing it even out in Columbia, trying to, you know, do the wrong stuff to get the right stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't do wrong stuff to get right stuff. It'll come back and face you. It'll come back and bite you in the butt every time. Okay? My mom Kel gonna run it down to us. Y'all don't miss that shout. Don't miss that shout. Okay? Do not miss that shout. We're gonna run it down to your right side long term. Who we got around train, BobbieD, Lizzie, One Nation? Michael Coffee. Need some coffee. He said, BobbieD, hi. We're going down go Marga Hapanga be. What's the see what's Hey man, we're doing good, Nurse Mike. So good to see you. Nurse Mike is about to embark upon 2 missionary journeys. He's going to Hong Kong and he's going to Tokyo, Japan. We've been to both cities. Hong Kong, I don't never want to go back to China and never no more in my life. Tokyo is a lovely place, man. You ain't never been to Tokyo, you need to go, man. The people are nice out there. They treat you good. And the country is clean. That's the cleanest country. I can say this. Tokyo and Japan is the cleanest country I have ever been. You go in the streets, no paper, no cigarette butts. They got people, as soon as you drop a cigarette butt, somebody right behind you picking it up. It is a clean country, and they have clean minds, and they have clean morals in Japan. So go to Japan. But China, stay the H away from China. They ain't about nothing. Okay? They always want your money. Let's go. Who we got? Michael Coffee needs some. He said, hell, that's why I will not travel to mainland China, Beijing again. I was not treated well there. Won't get my money again. Okay? Not only mainland China, but Hong Kong, China is the same as mainland China now. You know that the Chinese took over Hong Kong. Okay? They reappropriated the laws there. They pretty much, mainland China is running Beijing. The mainland China is also running Hong Kong now. When we went there, Lisa D and I went there back in 2000, I think 15 or 16, 17. The mainland China was just overseeing them. They weren't involved with their politics and laws and stuff. Now, as you know, the last 2 years, there was so many riots and stuff. Now China cracked on them, and now being in Hong Kong, ladies and gentlemen, it's just like being in mainland China. Okay? That's the way it is. So I will never step foot in that country again. They didn't treat me well when I went to Hong Kong. They treated Lisa D like a queen. You know why? Because she looked like them. They know I didn't look like them. They treated me like dirt, man. I was at the counter. I was trying to buy. We was like a store like 7-Eleven, right? Convenience store. I was trying to buy some food. I said, man, how much is that? She looked. I said, excuse me, man. I said, how much is that? I said, you speak English? He said, yeah. I said, well, how much is that? And then when Lisa D asked the lady to talk, like, she told her everything she wanted to know. I said, ma'am, if you don't find somebody else to service me, it's gonna be some problem. I mean, man, Lisa had to get me out that store. They don't like black people. I can tell you that for a fact. They don't like us. And I don't go, my mama told me don't go nowhere, nobody don't want you there. Okay? So I don't go where I'm not wanted. Okay? I'm not wanted. I felt unwanted. I felt disrespected in China, in Hong Kong, and I will never go set. They got some of my dollars. I will never send them another peso, another penny, another dime, nothing to make them holler. Okay? They won't get nothing from me. And I just told you, if I go to the store and buy something with China, made in China on the back, I'm going to put it, I don't care if I need it. I'm going to put it, it's the principle of it. I'm going to put it right back on the ship. Now, if I said, yes, you do the same doggone thing. And Nurse Mike, when you go to Hong Kong, get your stuff done and get out of there as soon as you can. There ain't nothing. They don't like it, man. I don't say what you say. They don't like black people. Let's go. Okay, what's up, man? Michael Coffee, you all right, man? Like, Michael, what's up? Like, Michael Coffee needs to BobbieD. Hi, I'll travel to Hong Kong, China. Was treated a little bit better there, but the mainland Beijing will not travel there again. I won't go to none of them. I've never been to Beijing, and I will never go. They got, for several reasons. Number one, they got pollution. Number two, they're treating the Muslims there, putting them in concentration camps, violating their human rights. It is wrong. It is wrong. It is wrong. I won't. And how they treat their women, how distasteful, how disrespectful. I wasn't raised like that. You don't beat up a woman for no reason. Just because you got a problem in your mind, you gonna take it out on the first woman you see? The woman had her back turned to the man. She wasn't saying nothing to the man. She was talking to her girlfriends. They were just out for an evening of eating dinner out, like everybody does. The man came from the back and just pounded her on the back. And she turned around, what's wrong with her? And next thing you know, he done grabbed the woman and beat the heck out of her. And then her friends came to her aid to try to assist her from being accosted and assaulted by this thug. And all the friends got beat up as well as the woman. People, I'm telling you, man, stay the H away from China and anything associated with those kind of people. Now you see why the women in China are trying to run the black men. Black men are compassionate. Black men are caring. Black men are sharing. We understand that it's important to treat your woman like a queen. We don't treat our women like dogs. We wasn't raised like that, okay? That's why they run into us. They need love, care, and attention, not beat down every day. That's what's happening in China. Let's go. We got Ron Train, BobbieD, One Nation. BobbieD, Michael Coffee, BobbieD. I was treated better in Japan. Tokyo, Osaka was black, Latin American. I don't mind traveling. Okay. I never been to Osaka, but I've been to Tokyo, and I love Japan. Really, Steve and I will probably be going back there. That was one of the best trips overseas we've ever had. Ever. It was good, man. Lisa D wanted to live out there. You know, she actually wants to live there. That's how nice it was out there. Everything, when you get there, guys, you feel that peace. That's all I felt in China. Peace. And I didn't feel any discord, any hatred, any animosity anywhere we went. Always peace. And then people were helpful and friendly and nice. Japan, man. I said China. Japan is where I want to go, Tokyo. And this time when we go back to Japan, we are going to Osaka. That's where we wanted to go. We didn't have enough time to go there. We want to take a 2-day trip, but we got our time, which went so fast we couldn't go. But when we go back, we're going to Osaka as well as Tokyo. Michael Coffee needs some coffee. He said, BobbieD, hello. Lisa D and hi guys, man, be careful of your surroundings when you travel to these Asian countries. Study up on them before you, man, any place you go out of the country, you study up on where you're going to study about the laws, how they treat you. Look at the common things you need to say. Find a list of the common words. How much is this? Thank you, please, you're welcome. Those are the basic things you want to know, and the common culture things of the culture. Let's go. Deuce, what's up, man? Deuce, they took you. No, that's Mr. Dacus. I'm sorry. Mr. Dacus, somebody got you big time.
He did
Mr. Dacus, okay, Mr. Dacus, you got yourself. Okay. Be careful what you say on the show, guys, okay? Because
if it is retracted mid-year, he deleted that.
Okay, Mr. Dacus said something and he deleted his own comment. Okay, so he actually self-regulated himself. I like that about you, Mr. Dacus. Thank you so much. If you feel it was inappropriate, you have the right to pull it out yourself. You don't want one of the blue. You don't want one of the blue.
Didn't say bad.
It wasn't bad. Okay, let's go. Kirk, what's up, man? Kirk, Captain Kirk in the house, Captain Kirk in the house, Captain Kirk. He's a blessing, Bob, Kuya, Bobby, and Lisa. After Lisa, all got to say,
so much,
it's people there is terrible. Treatment is terrible. Really, God bless you, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, don't want to go to China, man, unless you unless you want to be a Chinaman. You don't want to go to Chinaman. Chinamen are rude. Chinamen are thugs. That's all they is. They treat women like dogs. Okay? Beat them when they want to. It's a shame, man, how they treat their women. You know, I don't live in China, never been to China, but it hurts me when I see a woman, anyone, being treated like that. Brutally assaulted for no friggin' reason. Who does that? Yeah, China does that. Chinamen. Let's go. Ryan Train, BobbieD, DC, One Nation. Captain Kirk, he said, absolutely, 100. They don't like us, period. And I don't understand, Kuya Bobby. Well, they don't like us because they don't like our color. People in China are highly nationalistic. They believe in keeping their race pure. It's a premise, you know, they don't, and when they see a black man with a Chinese woman, that's the worst thing they can see. They call that woman all kind of names. That's why it's hard for a black man in China to live with a woman or to go out with a woman. You might just get, both of them might just get mugged. You know? And there's a lot of Africans in China now because a lot of African countries are being assisted with money and so forth in their countries by China to build bridges, roads, highways, etc. And then when they don't pay back the money to China, guess what they do? They take over stuff. Several airports have been taken over by China of the African nations because they didn't pay them back their money. That's what China do. They're trying to rob the African continent of all its valuables and assets, the minerals, the mine, and the gold, all of the things that's valuable. Once they eat it and get it all up, they're going to dump Africa. You know? And so African nations need to wise up. Realize that China ain't for you. They'll give you a little piece of gold until you steal your whole land. Let's go, Ryan Train, BobbieD, DC, One Nation, 90 Groove, One Love. Who we got on this train today? I ain't playing with you. You think I'm playing with you, man? I ain't playing today. I'm mad as hell, and I don't care who knows. Let's go. Ryan Train, BobbieD, who we got?
Hey, Yancy.
Edwin Kirk, yeah. Kirk said, you just don't do that to a woman, period. No, man. You don't beat nobody like that. You don't even beat a dog like that. You don't beat a dog like that, man. I had dogs. I had plenty of dogs. I never beat my dog like that. When every time I don't even beat my dog. You know what I did? Only time you beat a dog is not beat him, but you train them to use the paper, and you tap them on the butt lightly.
You missed some comments.
Okay, let me finish. You tap them on the butt lightly. That's it. Tap. You don't beat no animal. You don't beat no person like that. They beat that lady. I'm surprised she is alive. All this foot stomping and kicking and head banging and stuff. One woman, her friend, right, when they got the women outside, this lady's friend came to help to try to pull the man off her friend that they were beating to the ground, to a pulp, and they pushed her down. And she had fell and her head hit the cement on the sidewalk. And you could hear it on the video. It said, boom. You know that lady probably got a fractured skull or some kind of concussion. That's a doggone shame how they did those people. All right, we got Ryan Train. Who else need? Kurt, he said, okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I went too far down. I am so sorry. Right here.
Right there.
Mr. Dawkins, he said,
Oh, right there.
Keith, Yancy, what's up, Keith? You good, man? At least he done got my screen all bigged up. Get it back down. At least he pulled my screen up. He said, that's similar to America where you are not killed and disrespect. You are not, excuse me, you're not liked, you're not like respect. Similar, very similar. You know, as African Americans, but if you got some Caucasian skin, you just as good. If you white, you right. In a lot of cases, if you're right, you're white. If you're white, you're right. If you're black, get back. That's how they do. And you think I'm just saying that? I can verify those comments by looking at the statistics of black people in jail. I can verify those comments by looking at the correlation of how black people are sentenced versus how white people are sentenced for the same exact crime. I can verify those comments by looking at the amount of African Americans that are jailed versus the amount of Caucasians that are jailed. Okay, I can verify those comments by looking at the amount of African Americans that's 6 feet under for doing nothing versus the Caucasian for doing nothing. Are you with me? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you right about that, my brother. Mr. Dawkins, he said some Chinese were recently deported from Rwanda because they were abusive towards the local people they hired to work for. Yeah, they need to be they need to be deported when they act crazy like that. There's a lot of Chinese here in the Philippines. When you come out here, guys, don't be surprised. You will be surrounded by Chinese. They love this country because they can rape this country. I just told you how they're raping African countries and getting stuff. That's what they're doing to this country. China, this country owns China millions of dollars, okay? Because they borrowed money from China. And this country's in debt to China. They're starting to call the Philippines Little China, because they might just take them over for the money. They're already in dispute about the territorial waters, the South China Sea, the West Philippine Sea. China's coming over here stealing the fish, doing everything. And the Philippines can't do nothing about it, okay? They lodge an international complaint, that's it. You know? So this, in the next 5-10 years, maybe 15, it's gonna be some issue. China's gonna reach out and touch the Philippines, and they ain't gonna like it. Let's go round train, Bobby Lee's One Nation. What we got? Thank you so much, George Wood. Hey, my brother from another mother. Hey, George is in Gwinnett County, man. We homies. You know what I'm saying? Good to see you, my brother. Thank you so much for the donation, George. I appreciate you, man. He said, hi, hello, y'all, from cousin in Gwinnett County. What caused these 5 men to attack these women? I don't, craziness. That's just a part of the culture in China, George. They attack women because they have a very bad conception and perception of how women are. Women in that country are to be treated bad. Men just, they don't like women in the country. They treat them bad. They talk to them bad, and they're just like violence towards women. They're cowards. They wouldn't do that to another man, because another man got the same kind of strength, and they're gonna fight you. The women there, even they beat the women. Most women don't do nothing. They just sit there and take it. That woman in the restaurant had enough sense to get up and try to say, "Get off of me," and they bombarded her. That's a shame, man. That's why I say, do not go to China. Don't support nothing about China. They are brutal, nasty. It's wrong. Okay. Michael Carter said, "Hello. I'll give you the 411 on Hong Kong, China for this year 22 after I come back." Okay, man, do that, man. Kirk, he said, you didn't hit a woman. You don't hit a woman, period. I got you, man. Kiev, he said, that's part of China. I despise completely when they mistreat the Muslims. Yeah, they have no business mistreating anybody, you know, but they do what they want to in there, and nobody has rights in there. And if you go in there as an American, you go and live in China, you got no rights but the rights they want to give you, the rights they allow you to have. So you can talk to them, well, I'm American citizen. That don't mean nothing in China. You got to go by their rules. Stay away from China. Kirk, he said, black men have nothing but love and respect. Yeah, we love and respect all women, not just our women. We are raised to take special care of the female gender. Most black men are not abusive. There are some of us that are abusive, but most of us are not abusive. As black people, we have been through the ringer. We have been abused and used by the Caucasian race for many, many centuries, okay? But we still don't stoop to that level. We have the right to want to treat them the same nasty, stinking, dirty way they treated our ancestors. But we don't do it. But we live on a higher level of morality. We do what's right. And that's the way we were raised from our ancestors were raised in Africa, and that still right-mindedness is still in us to this day. We have the right to fight them back for all the dirty and nasty thing they did to our mamas and our papas and our ancestors, but we don't do that. We take the high road, not the low road, okay? That's how we were raised. And so that's why Chinese women are running to us, because they see nothing in us but love. They see nothing in us but respect. They see nothing in us but peace. They see nothing in us but strength, okay? And that's what a woman needs. And so when a woman identifies you as a man of character, as a man of care, as a man of concern, as a man of compassion, they will run to you with open arms. And that's why Chinese women embracing us all this time. I showed y'all how they embrace us. I brought several broadcasts about how the Chinese women love black men, okay? Don't tell me I didn't. I'll bring them up again. I'll bring another. I'll show you, okay? I've done that. And for those of you who are with me, you know how many broadcasts I brought on China? You know, because I want to expose them. Yeah, I want to expose China for the dastardly, dirty things they're doing. This is another exposure of the real China. Let's go. Eric Griffin said, I'm just trying to get my situation together so I can come to Cebu, be my fiance. I understand, man. Do your thing, keep on working hard, and don't get in no trouble, whatever you do. Don't get in no trouble with the law. Don't get in no female trouble. Don't get tempted by these female trying to take you off your game. Don't do that, man. Keep yourself focused. No hocus pocus, just focus. Key, he said the black man is the trendsetter as well. Everybody from the day in Africa, people would tell you that we didn't have a culture, we didn't have society. We had our own culture and we had our own society. It was very, very unlike what they would tell you in the Caucasian history books. We were very, very sophisticated cultures. I mean, we didn't have a lot of stuff, but our values were sophisticated, more sophisticated than the American or the European Caucasian cultures. Our moral values were higher, and it's still higher to this day. That's why we don't stoop to trying to get somebody back that did us wrong. Okay, let's go. Who we got? Michael, he said, BobbieD, hello, people will travel places but don't do a background check about where they are. Yeah, they do that, man. Y'all stop doing that. When you go someplace, study, do your homework, check out the nation, check out the people, the culture, what they like, what they don't like, and you be acting accordingly. When in Rome, do as the Romans, and you'll find yourself getting along better. Keith, he said, it's too risky to live in China. China has become a colonial power like America, Britain, France. Yeah. China is a colonial power. They want to rule the world. It's just like Russia. Russia just starting out on this. The other day, Putin talked about he want to be like an emperor. Something I saw on the news. It's crazy, man. You can't do what you want to do. And about Putin and Ukraine and Russia. Initially I told y'all when it first started that that's not our war. That's not America's war. But I'm beginning to see now that it may be NATO's war, and America's a part of NATO. Ukraine is fighting for NATO. The European, most countries in NATO are European countries. And they're fighting for Europe because if Russia beats down Ukraine and takes them over, guess what? All of the other countries are there to taking as well. So eventually, ladies and gentlemen, this is my opinion, the United States will get involved on behalf of NATO. The NATO countries will probably wind up having to get involved because Ukraine is the breadbasket of the world. The grains are being stopped. Now there's going to be a food shortage because Russia is stealing the grain. There's going to be a world food shortage in this world coming. Those of you that have money, that have a good job right now, you better save your money because the hard time is coming. The recession is right around the corner. Whenever the inflation goes constantly high, eventually it leads to recession. The interest rates are going up now. The Fed is raising interest rate. They have to. They're trying to prevent a recession. Okay, high inflation leads to eventually to a recession. Okay, so I'm telling you, man, you got a job now. You better hang on your job and you better try to save you some money. Because when we get a recession, people gonna be laying off left and right. Okay, so keep your head down. Get your money right tight, long and strong, and invest and save up as much as you can. Because hard times for the world, not just America, not just the Philippines, not just the hard time for the world is going to be right around the corner. This is a global economy, ladies and gentlemen. We are just not separated from these other countries anymore. Our economies are interwoven. That's why the stock market, when whatever happens in China, USA, stock market is going to crash. The Asian countries are going to be the same thing. So get yourself ready. Be prepared for the coming recession because it's coming. Okay, let's go. Who we got? Michael Copy. He said, God, hello, by God, keep you. Blessing God shine all over you. Keep the faith. Thank you so much, Nerf Mike. Ron Train, BobbieD. Key, he said, what's up, BobbieD? Hey, man, we doing good, man. Key, he said, violence has become more seen through social media. What it used to be hidden is now being seen online. Yes, that is correct. Very true statement, Keith. You're a man that's very observant. I like that. I appreciate that. He's right. Social media is bringing out all the dirt now, and we are too. Everybody got a smartphone with a camera on it. So now all the dirt that's being hidden in the dark is being brought to the light. And you know what? The nasty things that we're seeing now always going on before, but we're just seeing it now through the wonders of modern technology. Okay, So they used to call us on, and we started. Black people didn't have a way to prove that the man did it. Now we got a way. Okay, so now they're seeing it's just not us. And the people that are saying that there's no prejudice, no racism in the United States, they're fools. Okay, they're foolish. Okay, and so proof is in the pudding. The proof is when they shot that video for George Floyd. That's proof positive. And people still lying and say, well, that's what they just did. He was fighting them back. He had right to the. Stop the lie. Let's go. Ryan Train, who we got? Mr. Dawkins, he said, unfortunately, not all, but many have a reputation as being rude tourists, especially pushing, stepping. Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Mr. Dawkins. It's not all of the Chinese, you know, and I say, because I had a few Chinese friends when I lived in the USA. I had a few Chinese friends. My guy that was my computer tech, I had a problem with my computer, I couldn't fix it. I would take it to him. He was a Chinese guy. We had a good relationship. He had a family there. He was never abusive to his wife. And he had a wife and daughter. He lived in the store. They had the storefront, but they lived in the back of the store. You know, it was always, as far as I could see, he was always friendly to me and his family. So it's not all Chinese, but many of them are very pushy, just like Mr. Dawkins said. They're rude and they're argumentative and have a spirit of confrontation and a spirit of violence. They will fight, you know, many of them. So watch out when you come to the Philippines. Guess what? You're going to run up on some Chinese. Chinese is all over here. Let's go around chain BobbieD, DC, One Nation. We got Key. He said, the American government is supporting a Nazi regime that had a coup in 2014. Biden gave $30 billion to the Ukrainian regime instead of supporting the public. Okay, all right. I'm not sure about that, but the American party is supporting this Nazi regime that had a coup in 2014. I'm not sure about that, Kiev. The American government is supporting Ukraine. I don't think that Ukraine is maybe I'm reading it wrong. Ukraine is not a Nazi government. Okay? It's not a Nazi government. That's the big lie that Putin is trying to put out. That Ukraine is full of Nazis and they're trying to get rid of Nazism. That's a big lie, and that be careful with that, Creve. I don't know about all that. And I may have interpreted your comment wrong, but Ukraine is not a Nazi government. It's a democratic republic. That's why the United States is assisting them, and the majority of NATO countries are assisting them as well. They're fighting a dictatorial, brutal country such as Russia, and they have a small country and they're doing the right thing. And I don't think they're full of Nazism at all. Michael Koff, he said, BobbieD and UC, which town in Cebu is your favorite? Mandawi, Talisay. The favorite city I have in Cebu? Which one is it, D? What's your favorite city in Cebu?
City?
Yeah.
He said town.
Huh? What is your favorite city here in Cebu area? Mandawi? What? She don't know. She don't know, y'all. She has Lisa D has always a hard time making up her mind about stuff when you ask her a question. I'll tell you my favorite city.
Where?
My favorite city is Talamban, baby. Yeah, that's where I live. I love Talamban. Before we moved to Talamban, my favorite city. Where we come from? Mabolo. Mabolo was my favorite city.
But the choices there is Mandawi, Lapu-Lapu.
I'm not saying none of those.
Above.
None of the above. My favorite city in Cebu area is Talamban. Now, out of the choices you gave me, what are the choices again?
Mandawi, Talisay, Lapu-Lapu.
Mandawi, Talisay, Lapu. I would say Talisay, because Lapu-Lapu is across the bridge. It's a long way to get there. There's a bunch of traffic. I don't like that. The people in Lapu-Lapu are less country type people. It's like when you go to Lapu-Lapu, it's like you're going to a different world. You know what I'm saying? People are different. I don't know what it is. I don't like over there. Mandawi is full of drugs and traffic.
How about Talisay?
Talisay is
worse.
No, it's not worse.
I like Mandawi.
I don't like Mandawi. It's full of drugs and traffic. Talisay has a traffic issue. It's got a little bit of drugs, but I like it. Out of all of the cities you mentioned, that would probably be my favorite. Okay? But my favorite of all in Cebu is Talamban. That's where I live, baby. Let's go. Who we got? That's it? All right. Keith said, I missed the Philippine. Hey, man.
The DNA of America is, you still have.
Huh? It didn't come up. That's Lisa. That's all. It didn't come up yet. You're trying to rush me.
Yeah, it
Lisa
didn't
D is
come out.
looking
It
at
said
the.
here,
Let me finish,
the
Lisa D.
DNA of America is rooted in racism and white supremacy. It didn't show up in your screen.
Okay. One of his comments didn't show up. Okay, but it showed up in Lisa D. Okay, yeah. Let me just give y'all a brief cultural history on the United States of what I call the doggone America. When they start doing us right, people with this melanin in skin, when they start doing us right, I'll stop calling them the doggone America, because America has gone to the dogs. Whenever they treat black people like dirt, it is gone to the dog. I call them the United States of the doggone America. They gone to the dog. Now, when we were brought over here in 1600 off the slave ships, this was a white-dominated, America was a white-dominated culture. There were no blacks here. There were some Indians here, okay? But the Indians were not incorporated in the culture. They defeated the Indians. And they were so lazy, they didn't want to build a land and take down and work. They brought slaves here, and we were the one they brought. They went to Africa and took us and brought us to a foreign land we didn't know nothing about, and they beat us down and make us a slave. And so when we were brought to this country, ladies and gentlemen, our ancestors, we had no rights. We were like cattle, cattle and, pieces of objects of animals. We were less than animals, okay? And they treated us like that, okay? And so we had no rights. When they wrote the Declaration of Independence, we were there. We had black people. There's black people there then, but that declaration wasn't written with us in mind. It was written for the white folks in mind. Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, all of those were who? They Caucasian. It was written for those laws didn't apply to us. We had no rights. And now they trying to say America was not racism. Don't play with me with those things, man. America was built into racism. That's how this country was built, on racism, on separating the masses, separating races. And the American had a supremacist attitude when they started this nation. Thomas Jefferson, George, all of them had slaves. And they thought slaves was nothing. Okay? And so when they got the Declaration and the Constitution, those say all men are created equal. No, that word say all men, but it's all Caucasian men are created equal. Okay? That's what it meant. That's what the underlying message of that statement. Because that statement did not apply to our ancestors, because they thought our ancestors was nothing. We had no rights. Okay? So that's racism was inherently built into this fabric of the society of the United States of a doggone America. It has not changed a bit. Well, it's trying to recognize its bad things now, and it's trying to change, but it ain't happening. As we see, people with this color get killed indiscriminately for no reason, over and over and over again. Okay? You out there right now got to have that talk. You got to have that conversation with your young men, your young boys. You got to have that conversation. When you get in touch, if a policeman stop you, put your hands up and don't give him no trouble, or you'll be dead. You could be dead on the ground. They'll accuse him of trying to pull out a gun. I said, put your hands up, say, no weapon, officer, and then put your hand on your head and let them do what they want. Because if you try to act like you're going in your pocket, you gone. They just find ways to take out another Caucasian black man. I'm tired of that. Every time I turn on the news, another one of us have bitten the dust because of craziness, foolishness. Let's go round trip. Who we got? What's it, Lizzie?
Okay, Putin is a liar and Biden is a liar as well, and couldn't support the actions as listed. I remember Iraq and weapons of mass destruction.
Okay, I agree with part of that. You said Putin is a liar. Yeah, Putin is a liar and he's a thug. Okay, he's a no good liar and a 2-bit thug. He happened to obtain the presidency of that country, and he's running it into the ground. Do you realize how many Russians are trying to leave that country right now? Because their whole society has been uprooted and changed because this man have a menace to want to attack Ukraine for no reason, just to try to steal people's land. He's getting all the Russians killed. You know how many Russians have died in that war? Over 60,000 Russians have died so far. Okay, that's the projection, and it's gonna get worse. Okay, Yeah, Putin is a liar. He's a thug. He's a cheat. He's a stealer. Whatever you want to call him, I'll say yes to that. However, you said something about Biden. I don't know about Biden being a liar. I think that he's trying to do right things, but he is not aggressive.
He's playing safe.
Yeah, Lisa D say Biden is playing it safe. Yeah, he's not aggressive enough for me. He's a president. He can get, like the gun law. He tried to lie, but, well, he told a lie that time. Sometimes he lies. All politicians lie. But he said that he couldn't do nothing about the gun law. He can write an EO, executive order, change to make checks on the gun law, on the gun people purchasing guns have background checks. That's a simple EO order. Bill Clinton did it in the, I think it was the 80s. And when Bill Clinton signed a ban on automatic weapons, the mass murder rate plummeted down. As soon as the ban, there was a 10-year ban on it. As soon as the ban expired, mass murders went back up. Mass shootings went right back up. So there is something he can do about that. And this, he's not a good management person. He's not one of the best leaders out there. So administratively, he's suffering, and the Democrats are suffering because of it. So it's going. If we don't pull it out, bring it up, Biden won't be here. This will be on his one term. I can tell you that. Whenever you have high inflation and economy suffering like this, gas prices, who's ever in office, they will not be here. American people don't play that. Let's go. That's it.
I miss the Philippines.
Hey man, I miss the Philippines. I've been home twice since I've been here. I've been back to USA twice since I've been here. And each time I went home, I wanted to go back to the Philippines. It's about a week after I got there. I don't know what it is, man. The Philippines is different from any place I've ever lived. I feel so much joy here. I feel so much acceptance. I feel so much love of the people here. And it's a blessing to live in the Philippines. So yeah, whenever you go away from home, sweet home. I want to get back there, right? I got you, man. I feel you, brother. Let's go. We got Lizzie. That's it.
Hillbilly says, think about this. Those weapons was made to destroy Russians' weapons. It's out of date stuff, and we weaken our enemy at the same time.
Okay, I'm not sure on that, but the weapons that Ukraine has is far inferior to the weapons that Russia has, and that's why they're not doing too good right now. They need updated weapons that can fight with, that can put up a better fight than they're fighting right now with Russia. And so that's why they're asking the U.S. to give them money for weapons. They'll be giving them weapons and money. I don't know much more we can give them except getting there and fight, you know what I'm saying? But the NATO countries are giving them, European countries are helping them as well. So I think that this war is probably going to be at least a year or more. I think that what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, let me give you my prediction for the war. I think that the war will be terminated by an agreement. There'll be a halt to the war, there'll be some peace talks, and Ukraine, unfortunately, is going to have to give up some land. They're going to have to give up some land, okay? That's how the war is going to be settled. It's going to be, Putin's going to get kicked out. I think Putin's going to be voted out of office, and they'll have a new leader in office, and that new leader in Russia will stop the war, because people in Russia are complaining. They're tired of seeing their sons come home in body bags. They're tired of that, They're tired of seeing, if you read any of the Russian vloggers on YouTube, there's a lot of them, they're saying that companies are closing up, businesses are closing up, and their lifestyle is being changed right in front of their eye, and they hate it, So it's not good seeing to be in Russia. That's why a lot of them are trying to get out of there right now. That's it, Lisa.
James Band, much love, BobbieD and Lisa D. This world is a mess. Let the haters hate, but don't join. Then remain calm and carry on, BobbieD.
Thank you so much.
Lisa D know CPR? I hope so. I've ever been to Coron, Palawan.
CPR. Lisa D doesn't know CPR. I know CPR. But we don't need that. We good. I'm not that crazy to get all upset like that. But she tried to push me. She tried to pump me up my chest. But yeah, thank you so much, 007. Take care, man. I always have to. I'm a kind of guy, man. When I feel it, I show it. I don't hide my feelings unless I have to for some particular reason. But there's no reason for me to hide the truth. This is how I feel about things in life, and that's why I enjoy the fact that I have a show that I can come on and voice my beliefs and voice my feelings and just rant sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And I tell you how it is. I voice some of your feelings, because you echo what I feel back to me. So I thank you guys for listening, and I appreciate you. Let's go. Who does it?
Twin004. He said blacks were here before Columbus.
Blacks were here. Many eons ago. Many people believe that blacks were on the North American side. What are you laughing for? That many people that blacks came from Africa and migrated a lot of different places. But yeah, that's one popular theory. Let's go, Ryan Trey. Who we got?
Michael Coffee, BobbieD. Hi, I'm gonna live part-time in Cebu 2024 year, the IT Park area. I love the Cebu area. I'll be in a condo there from Nurse Mike.
Okay, great to hear that, Nurse Mike. Nurse Mike is getting his things together. He'll be living half of the year here in the Philippines, then half of the year in the USA. Let's go, Ryan Chain. Who we got?
Well, Billy, in history, all races have been enslaved to another. What's the saying about? What's it about 3 months?
All races have been enslaved. I don't know about all races. I guess slavery's always been around. You want to say? I'll put it like that. Slavery has always been around, but the people that have been enslaved the most are usually people with not Caucasian, non-Caucasians, and the minority type peoples have been enslaved the most. I would say that. Let's go, Ryan Chain. Who we got?
Keith, he said the Philippines is close to Paradise Island and in a comfort zone.
Yeah, the Philippines is, for an African American, the Philippines is probably one of the best places you could live. And I'm just being honest with you. There's very little prejudice. People respect you for who you are and how you behave. It's based on your behavior, not the color of your skin. So I love it here for that. Let's go.
Hillbilly, Kim, as long as China is peaceful, it will be.
China is peaceful? What did you say? Read again.
He's talking to Kim. As long as China is peaceful, it will be.
Okay. Ryan Chain, BobbieD, who we got?
Michael Coffee, BobbieD, hi. Another good show. Ingat ang God bless pa. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Mike. Ryan Chain, who it?
The original blacks are indigenous everywhere on the planet.
Right. Original blacks, they say the black people Aboriginal. Yeah. Let me say this. A lot of people believe that black people are the original Filipinos, okay? And there's some theorists that say that. I say it as well because I did my research. A lot of them, if you go to the Philippines, there's a group called Aites. I don't pronounce the name right. AATA, Aites or Aite. Aita. They are black Filipinos running some of the originals. They look just, their skin colors just black as mine. They never mixed with the Spanish and other races, so their color, their tone is the same. And if you look at them, they look like Africans and they look like Filipinos combined. So the theory that Filipinos are black, started from black people, is a very viable one in my opinion. Ryan Train, who we got?
That's it.
All right, guys, I'm really
James Band, I'm going to check out Coron, Palawan as a potential home. Ever been there? No, we've never been there.
We've never been to Palawan, but I hear it's beautiful there. Be careful out there. You got to have some Monte when you go to Palawan, okay, man? That's where the big dogs ride, okay? Keith, he said, I met some of the Atta when I was
in the Philippines last time.
Okay, there's some beautiful people. They're very quiet in nature. They keep to themselves as a group. And if you mess with them, you gonna have some trouble.
No, they're nice people.
I didn't say they weren't. I say if you mess with them, you know what that means?
Yeah.
If you bother them, you're gonna pay a price. Let's go. Who we got?
Wendell Cañete.
Wendell ride like a caboose.
Train Nation, one love.
Wendell ride the caboose today. What's up, Wendell? Good to see you, man. Who we got? That's it.
Well, Billy, everyone started in the same place. Race is a result to adapting to where we live.
That's it, man. We all start from the same place. God created. You know, God created man, and then out of man, he created the woman. You know, he took one of the man's ribs, right? And he busted that rib and said, I'm gonna make a woman. And that's why woman means out of man. The word woe in the Hebrew means out of. And then woe man, out of man. Woman became existent based on the Bible principles out of man's rib. Okay? So All of those comments and suggestions, thank you so much, guys, for the show today.
For the
We
donations,
appreciate you. George,
Woods.
thank you so much, my homie from my cousins from New Atlanta, Gwinnett County.
Please hit
Appreciate
this
you.
like button.
Everybody, the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you have not subscribed, subscribe.
Please.
And we'll see you on the backside of tomorrow. This is BobbieD.
And it's Queen Lisa D.
Saying take care.
God bless.
And
Peace. Thank you for watching.
see you on the backside of tomorrow.
Be safe.
All right. Give me the number.